Hi everyone, it's iCrafts and today I am back with another rainbow loom tutorial. This is a one loom design and it was created by Crafting Galaxies on Instagram. So I will pull up their account. I'm not sure if they have a new account or whatever, but they don't have that many pictures. This bracelet is called the Sacred Gems and I think it looks pretty cool. If you want to make this, then just keep on watching, and without further ado, let's get started. For this bracelet, you will need any type of loom as long as it's in the stagger configuration, a hook, I'll be using a metal tip hook, a C-clip or S-clip, and bands. I'll be using white for the border, and for the inside bands, I'll be using pastel yellow and blue. These are both from the pastel mix pack, and you can get all these supplies from Michael's, Loom Express, or rainbowloom.com. So now we can begin making the bracelet. So I'm starting with the arrows pointing away from me on my loom. To start this, we're going to be doing a basic border. So I'm just going to go outwards to the left and right, and then up on the sides. Sorry about that, I had to delete some pictures because my camera was running out of storage, but now I'm going to continue. And I'm actually very proud of myself because I haven't filmed a tutorial all summer, I don't think, and I'm filming 2 in one day, and like, I literally never. And that might not seem like a big deal because I know a lot of people do that, but I don't think I've ever filmed 2 videos in one day. I don't know, I just get tired easily, and it takes me so long, and I always make mistakes. But I'm pretty sure this filming session went well, except I talked a little bit too much, and I'm still talking too much. But the mute button is a thing, as is the pause button. So feel free to use those as much as you need to. And I'm just finishing this off so we can add our colored bands. So for this, we're going to just be placing like X shapes. I'm going to start with my pastel yellow and just go inwards on both sides. And then go outwards. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing with my blue bands. So going in on both sides and then out. So while I go ahead and do this on camera, I want to kind of incorporate more questions into my videos to like interact more. For the people who don't just fast forward through parts. I'll try not to talk too excessively, but I guess the question for this video is, not really a question, but comment like what fandoms you're in, because if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have been a bit obsessed with fandoms lately. I have a fandom account, and that's basically all I post about my spam accounts, or what I'd like to post about. I try not to that much, but like honestly, fandoms make me happy. That sounds kind of stupid, but if you're in any, then you would understand. So personally, I watch Pretty Liars, but I'm not really in the fandom that much. Same with Harry Potter, like I'm not super active in it, even though I've read all the books and stuff. So my main fandoms, I guess, would be Sherlock, Once Upon a Time, and Supernatural. So if you're in any of those, comment, or if you're in any different fandoms, because I would love to know. Sorry, I went off camera there, but I've just been placing X's. Hoping I don't run out of pastel bands, because I really don't have that many left of blue and yellow. I believe you need about 20 bands of each, but I might have miscounted. So here's my last blue X, and now I'm moving on to my final yellow one. And that's it. So this is what my loom looks like. So yeah, you need 20 bands of one color and then 24 bands of the other color. But now we actually do have a little bit more for the band placements. I'm going to take my border color again and just do a single chain up the center. And then I'll be done. Okay, so now I am finished with the band placement. So I'm going to turn my loom around and add a cap band on the last peg right here. Feel free to pause the video if you need to catch up, that is totally fine. Rewind, whatever you have to do, but I'm going to go ahead and begin the hooking process. So taking my hook, the first step is easy. We're just going to be looping up the single chain in the center, not touching any of the other bands. So it's like they aren't even there. We're just going straight forwards. And my bands are kind of overlapping each other, but I'm sorting that out with my hook. So I know I went kind of fast for that, but it's just a single chain. Like if you lifted this off, it would be an independent bracelet. The border is actually going to be different. We're not going to be looping it like a normal border. So I'm going back inside my cap band, grabbing the top border band, and I'm going to loop this upwards instead of where the other end is. And same thing with the other side, pulling it up. Now I'm going to be looping my colored bands out, and I'm going to be doing it to where the other end is in the order that I placed them, or the order that they are lying on the pin. So first is this band, which is going to go downwards. And the way I'm explaining this makes it sound more confusing than it is, so I apologize about that. Then the next band, which is down. And then lastly, these two bands, which will go their separate ways. After you do that, you're going to see this border band, which is the one that was going here. And you're going to grab it and pull it over that yellow band. Same on the other side. So it should be kind of squished up here. And the side, it looks like this. I'm going inside this yellow band, grabbing the border. I'm going to loop it diagonally, but not to this peg. I'm going up to where the blue bands are coming out of. And the same thing on the other side. So inside the yellow bands, grabbing the border band and looping it a peg above. Diagonally a peg above where it's supposed to go. Or just a long stretch. After you've done that, loop out the blue bands. And this one is a little more confusing, but just like you did before, you're going to be looping over the border bands. So I'm going to show you on the side this time. So you can see it's this band right here. It's going like that. You're just going to pull it over. Same on the other side. And then grab the next border band. And loop it diagonally upwards. So this repeats. In summary, you loop the border bands a long stretch upwards, then you loop out the color bands, and finally you pull over that border band. So I'm going to repeat this, and I'm going to stay on camera This is a more difficult bracelet to explain, I'd say. So I'm really sorry. I tried my best, but pause the video, rewind, slow it down, anything you need to do. Use your resources, I guess. The options are there on YouTube for a reason. So I've looped out the yellow bands and now I'm looping over that border. And it should be the only band in between these two pegs. So just right there, looping it over. Then the border bands. Looping out the blue bands. My camera battery seems to be kind of low. Oops, sorry about that. My phone fell. I'm hoping I don't run out of battery, but I'm looping over these white bands. And then the border band will be a long stretch. Sorry, my hand's kind of in the way, but it's a bit tricky with this bracelet. There's a lot of weird stuff happening in all different directions. Loop over those borders. I feel like I seem like I'm kind of low energy in this video. This is the second video I filmed today, but I'm actually like really excited. I'm just in a really good mood today, even though I have to learn a year's worth of Spanish in a week, but that's completely unrelated. But yeah, I'm kind of tired, but I was very energetic earlier, so I got good news, so. Okay, so I looped those bands over. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And now I'm continuing. I'm going to stop explaining this. I accidentally grabbed two bands, but even though I make mistakes sometimes, like they're easily fixable, and my battery is flashing. Oh no, that's not a good sign. Okay, I'm gonna try to speed this up, so I'm gonna go off camera for the rest of this, and then I will be back, just because I really don't want my camera to die before I finish filming this video. So I've gotten to this point in the bracelet, and I'm going to loop over these border bands like I've been doing, and then loop in these up to the top peg. Same with the other border band, which is like in a weird spot. It's kind of squished in the middle. And then loop in these. Sorry if this makes no sense. And then you're going to close it off by looping in the final border bands. So now I'm going to take everything off of the loom except for this peg. And unfortunately my camera is going to die before I can make the extension on camera. So I'm just going to make the outro right after I take this off the loom. But it's just a simple single chain extension. I just wanted to note that as soon as you take it off the loom, it's kind of curled inwards like this. But to fix this, I just stretch it and kind of push it up in the middle, and that should uncurl it. This is the front. It's a little bit messy right now, but just make sure the bands are like sandwiched in the middle. You might have to rearrange it, and then this is the back. But I believe this is the signature side. So that's how you make the Sacred Gems bracelet. Again, this was designed by crafting.galaxies, and if you post this on Instagram, be sure to use the hashtags that I said in the beginning of the video. Sorry, I'm a bit frantic because my camera's gonna die. I said that like 3 times already, but I think this bracelet looks super cool. It is reversible and it has a unique look to it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. That's pretty much it. I hope to see you in my next tutorial.